Morning. Hello. Make sure you say hello when you come on. Hey, Colleen. Okay, time to get started. This morning, I just finished writing out my blog while I was sitting in bed this morning, and as usual, the memories thing pops up on Facebook, and I clicked through and had a look, and I've just posted a video that was on my that we posted on my newsfeed 4 years ago, and it's a video of my girlfriend and I running some stairs at a place called Shack Bay in Inverloch. Morning, Lisa. And the backstory behind going and doing those stairs was these stairs really, that I really connect with these stairs. When I was doing my competition training for Taekwondo, so for many, many years, the way that I used to get myself fit for competition was to run these stairs, and 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week, I'd head down there on my own and I'd just run these stairs. And I always knew when I was getting stronger and fitter because I was always so much faster and it was easier. There's a lot of stairs, like there's a huge amount of stairs. If you scroll through my newsfeed, you'll see the video. And the idea that day was I hadn't run the stairs for years. We just happened to be in Inverloch that weekend. We're on a girls' weekend. And I said, when we're down there, we have to go and run these stairs. I have to show you what these stairs are all about. And that night we drank too much. We got about 3 hours sleep, and we're still going. I think there was 3 of us on the trip, and only 2 of us ended up going and doing the stairs. And as I was driving there was this feeling of trepidation because I remember just how hard they were. I remember that I loved them, but I remember just how physically hard they were. I mean, for me, vomiting on those stairs was just not unheard of. It used to happen pretty regularly. And I can remember days where I've gone, geez, it feels a bit hot. And I'd get back home and it was 42 degrees or something like that, and I'd still run those stairs. I just loved everything about them. So anyway, my girlfriend and I, Wendy, we went and we were running these stairs, and luckily it was a bit of an overcast day, and we'd set ourselves the goal of doing 20 lots of stairs. And for me, at my peak, I'd done, I think it was 30, it was either 32 or 36, but I did 32 or 36 back to back. So I'd sprint back, jog down, no rest at the bottom, and I'd just sprint. And that's when I knew I was super fit. If I could hit 30 or more and without having to take a break, I knew I was fit. And so 20 was kind of a bit of a stretch, but in my head, I thought if I could get my head in the game, I could maybe do a little bit more than that. Hey, Michael. But I thought, no, we'll try for 20. That was the goal. And Wendy was crapping herself as well because I already told her how hard they were. And we started running, and straight away my head just went there and I got straight in the game. And we got to about 18 or 19 flights of these stairs. And I said, I don't think our goal's 20. I think it's going to be like 30. And so we recorded this whole section. The video goes for about 15 minutes, I think. And it's just recording our mindset, because after about 15 or 16 or 17, when already I was starting to talk about this isn't really the goal, we need to stretch it a bit further. I said, we need to record this. We need to record what's going on in our minds as it gets tough and how we overcome it, because it's going to be helpful to other people, but it's also going to be really helpful to us to look back and go, oh, what, look at that. And I remember that day as just feeling easy. Everything felt easy. And long story short, I think we got to 35. I think we did one last set, so we did 36. We had a rest down the bottom because we took it in turns, but it was still a massive effort, and we could have hit 50 that day. We could have just run 50 flights of those stairs because our head was in the game, and we just ran out of time. We had to get back to Melbourne. But looking at that, and it reminded me, I wasn't fit then. I was waiting for my first hip operation. I hadn't run a lot. I wasn't kicking much. I just wasn't very fit at all. But my mind is what got me there. And those sessions, things like that, really help to remind you of what you're made of. You've got to go inside, you've got to go inward, and you've got to really think about, how can I get myself to do this next thing? And like my training trip to Thailand recently, I was there for 3 weeks. I trained the freaking house down while I was there. It was and I loved it. And I didn't go there fit. I'd been lifting a lot of weights, but I hadn't done any cardio for probably 6 months other than my walks, which is not cardio to me, that's just for my head. But I got there, and the minute I hit the ground running, I thought, just gonna, like my first cardio session, I think, was on the elliptical, and I hate that freaking thing. And I thought, if I can do 20 minutes on here, you know, I'll be okay. And that first day, I did 20 easily. I got off because I thought I'm gonna leave it at 20 minutes. And then by the time I did that same workout, 20 minutes later, I noted everything. Sorry, 2 weeks later, I noted everything. I noted where my heart rate was. I noticed, you know, the level that I was at, and I dropped 17 beats a minute in just over 2 weeks in just, you know, just from the training that I was doing. That's how much my body loves to respond to training. And I'm wanting you to relate this to business and the other challenges that you have going on in your life as well, not just physical, because so much of what I do with my physical body relates to everything else. It always has done. And that's why, you know, when I was an online personal trainer, when I was a Taekwondo instructor and I had my Taekwondo school, the thing that I loved, you know, I love the physical side of teaching Taekwondo. I love to see people picking up new skills and all the rest of it. But anything I've ever done, even in business, it's always about the mindset. The mind stuff is where it's at for me. And going through these physical challenges helps me to dig deep and remind myself of what I'm made of. You know, I've been an athlete my whole adult life in some form or, you know, through Taekwondo. And I've tried different things as well. Triathlon, sucked at that. Long distance running, sucked at that. You know, I'm good at Taekwondo and I'm good at lifting at the end of the day. They're my favorite things. But I'll try anything and everything. You know, I love to try different things. And now what I know about myself is that it doesn't matter what I try other than golf. It doesn't matter what I try. If I've never seen it before, if I've never attempted the skill before, I know that I'm going to be really competent straight off the bat. I know that about myself. I know that I can figure shit out. And if I can figure out how to hook up a landing page and PayPal buttons and get my email passes working and all that sort of stuff, I can work out how to swing a golf club, you know. It's taking a little bit more practice, but at the end of the day, it all relates, it all translates back. So what I want you to think about today is doing something that, you know, you don't have to do it today, but plan to do it this week sometime, where you physically challenge yourself to the extreme, where you feel like, so if you would normally say go for a 5K run or a 5K walk, I want you to double it. You know, if you have never tried a martial arts class, I want you to go and do one. If you have never lifted past a certain weight, I want you to try and smash that weight out of the ballpark. I want you to just physically, like if you can find stairs and do what I did with the stairs, go and do that. Set yourself a goal, but secretly aim to beat that goal. Every goal that I ever set, every physical challenge that I ever set myself, I've got the goal and then I've got the real goal. The goal is kind of like, oh, you know, if things are going really badly and I hit that goal, I'm going to feel good about that. But if my body's starting to feel good and my head's in the game, it's like that was never the goal. It was always the next thing. But when you physically challenge yourself in that way, and it's just like me and going to Thailand, you know, backing that up day after day after day, training session after training session after training session, going over there essentially unfit, did so much for my head. And the stairs that day, you know, because I'm scared of those freaking stairs because they're so hard, even though I love them, you know, I went there and I conquered it, and I matched what I used to do. The rest break was there when, you know, previously it hadn't, but to even just match that, knowing that even that was hard when I was beginning my comp training, you know, even running that many with a rest was always hard. So to go and smash that sort of stuff out of the ballpark and remind yourself of who you are at your core and the resources that you can draw on, that is how you get to expand your thinking, and that's how you expand and grow. We are designed to grow and expand. We are designed to be continually reaching for new levels. And if we're not challenging ourselves in that way, we become bored, and often we can become destructive when we're in that state. And one way to really fast track the way of feeling like you've grown and expanded in some way is to set yourself a physical challenge and do it, you know, and it's going to hurt. There may be vomiting involved, and that's okay. You know, it's okay, because when you get to the other end of that, you're going to realize, wow, I didn't realize I was capable of that. And that's why, you know, I'm meeting my trainer for the first time in close to a month, I think, since before I went away this afternoon. And I know how to lift weights, I know how to do all of that stuff, but I know that when I'm with her, I'm going to have a little bit of extra juice. I'm going to give it a little bit more. That last rep that I feel like I can't do, she's going to push me to do. And I come away feeling amazing. I only need that for a little bit. We're training together 3 times a week for the next month. Just want to get my head in the game again, make sure my technique is down pat, because I basically stopped lifting weights when I was in Thailand. The way that I was lifting, I was really just doing a lot of like crazy high intensity stuff. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting my head in the game there and hitting some PBs and getting into the rhythm of that. And then, how we react to the physical stuff that happens to us as well is how we react to everything. And so what I want to talk about now is a couple of things. So the first thing is I've been injured more than I haven't been injured in the last decade. 2 hip surgeries, I've had prolapse discs, I've had grade 3 calf tears, I've had, you name it, and I've pretty much had a torn rotator cuff, all sorts of stuff. And I have a bit of a whinge and I get pissed off with the world and I'm frustrated and all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, I am who I am. It's like, okay, this is the reality. This is what I'm dealing with right now. So what else can I do? How can I work around that? Hey, Annalise. How can I work my way around this thing so I'm still making progress somewhere and I still feel like I'm growing, and also be mindful of the fact that I don't want to injure myself any more than I am right now. And so that's a mindset as well. So in your business, when you're feeling overwhelmed and things haven't gone to plan, you can be asking yourself, okay, this is what I'm dealing with right now. It's not exactly what I hoped it would be. It's a pain in the ass, but how can I work around this? Where can I still feel like I'm making progress? So there is a way to relate that stuff. And then I haven't shared this yet, but when I went to Thailand, the intention was to just train my ass off and lean out a little bit. And I couldn't have trained harder. I couldn't have, without risking injury. I could have always trained harder, but without risking injury. I couldn't have eaten cleaner. I couldn't have been more active, in between my training sessions. And, I was walking all day, up and back, up and back. Everybody else has a freaking scooter in Geelong, and I'm like, no way, I'm walking. That's part of the deal. So I walked a lot. Everything was super clean. Couldn't have got any more water in my body. I was drinking so much. And I got back and something told me my body hasn't let go of the body fat. I can just feel it. And so I got back and my skin folds went up 20 mil. And I tell you what, I cried and I threw a bit of a tantrum and I'm like, "Argh!" Like, how the fuck could I make it worse? Like, I went over there with the intention of making it better and I made it worse. Like, in my wildest dreams, I had no idea that would happen. And so what I had to realize is that, yes, my body loves to train like that and my head loves to train like that. And I felt so good. My hip has felt amazing since I got home, all that sort of stuff. But as I'm getting older, I need to do less of that. My metabolism's already crazy and I'm just burning off muscle. So my skin folds went up because I thought I was more muscular, but I wasn't. And I'd put on 20 millimeters of body fat. Like, how does that happen? So, as I said, had a tantrum, was pissed off with the world, like, oh, I can't believe this is so blah, blah, all that sort of stuff. And then I realized that, well, this was me doing it my way, when she had actually said to me, you need to cut back the cardio, and I'm like, yeah. I'm just gonna go to Thailand, I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm gonna get the result that I want quicker, and then I'm gonna come back, and then I'm gonna do it your way. And so if ever there was gonna be an experiment of doing it my way, I did it, and I did it fully with 100%, and I felt so amazing when I was over there. And to come back and have that result was just like, are you shitting me? Like, I was like, okay. And again, it's the same stuff that I relate to in business. I'll have had a launch that didn't go to plan, and it's like, how did that not work? Everything was supposed to work. You can have a little bit of a tantrum moment, and then you've got to get on with it. And the same thing with the body fat thing. It was like, okay, all right, well, what I'm hearing right now, what my body is telling me right now is I need to do less cardio, I need to lift more, and I need to just eat in a different way. Even though I'd been eating the meal plan that I'd been given, it just wasn't working for my body. And so I'm on a new meal plan that's basically dealing with my perimenopause, dealing with a supposed underactive thyroid that I don't have. It's not showing up on blood tests or anything like that, but we're working on the assumption that there's something like that going on. Since I started on that meal plan, within a couple of days, I was down 2 kilos and I hadn't done any cardio at all. and I actually had lifted because there was a lot of stuff on this program that I was unfamiliar with. So I thought I'll wait until she gets back and then we'll do it together. So I've rested my body a little bit, been on this new meal plan that I'm loving, no cardio other than my walks, and I've dropped 2 kilos since I got back. It's just ridiculous. So that's a lesson in me going, okay, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and my way, the way that I really wanted to and I was so invested in and believe had worked, was going to work, had worked for me, but it doesn't work for me anymore. And sometimes that's the same in business as well. We can have something that we really loved to do and it was really amazing and moved us forward and we felt great about it. And then we've outgrown it and we don't want to do it anymore. And we have to find a different way to earn a living, you know, or make the same money, or, you know, change our market around so that we're working with different people so we're in a more aligned space. You know, it's how you deal with that stuff. So we're always going to have setbacks. Things aren't, you know, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you can work your ass off to achieve a result and you know you've given it everything and it still doesn't go the way that you want it to. And then you just have to rely on yourself to know that, okay, am I the sort of person that quits and walks around and cracking the shits for the next week and being stubborn and saying, well, I'm still going to do it my way, maybe I just needed more time? Or am I the sort of person that goes, okay, I'm looking at the facts in front of me, I've tried it my way, that didn't quite work, so now I need to look at a different way, because the goal is still the same. That's never going to change, it's never going to go away. So now I just need to work out, so what's a different way I can achieve the same result? So yeah, there are so many things that translate from training and the way that we take care of our body and our business mindset and our mindset for any of the big goals we want to achieve in life. Oh, thank you. I'm seeing people sharing my video. Thank you. Yeah, that's all I got to say today, really. But yeah, set yourself a big physical challenge, something that's going to scare the crap out of you a little bit, and then just be in the moment. So I think looking back to those stairs, yeah, I was going there with my gut clenching, thinking, oh my God, this is going to be so hard. I remember how hard this was, and because Wendy's going to be with me, I'm not going to be able to quit when I want to, all that sort of stuff. And I got there and I just amazed myself at how much fun it was and how fit I was and how good my mind was in that space. And it was the same recently when I went to Thailand. You can't get that feeling anywhere else. So challenge yourself, make it scary, and then just be in the moment. And that's what I was trying to say. When I was on the stairs that day and when I was in Thailand, it's just like, well, here I am. This is how I've arrived. My fitness isn't what I would hope it would be. My hips sore from the flight. I'm just going to go with it and I'm just going to be in the moment. This is the goal and I'm just going to see what happens. And you know, when you tick the boxes on those things, when you smash those things and you achieve them, there's no feeling like it in the world. It's like a successful launch. It's like picking up that dream client. It's all of that stuff. It's like nailing your brand or doing your first Facebook Live and people actually being on there and loving what you have to say. It's all of that stuff. But the physical challenge translates to everything else that you do in your life. So get out there, challenge yourself, and I would love to hear what you're challenging yourself to do. So pop your comments on the video in the comments below and let me know what your challenge is, and then let me know when you've smashed it. Anyway, have an amazing day and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.